he was boxing. Lance, my brother. I'm talking about a nigga who he just a joy to be around sometimes. That's Lance. That's Lance.
That's why, like, when we did our weekly Pick'em podcast, and it was just like, even though we both Cowboys fans, but it's like having like sports conversations with your brother. Mm-hmm. Like even the conversations we have, it's like, you know, having conversations with my brother, my little brother, itty bitty, tiny little brother.
Why you have to say that about me? When we started this?
We started it now. It's rolling.
Oh shoot! First of all, pause.
Why?
Speaking,
itty bitty.
We grown. Yes, well we grown. Speaking of brothers, how is my brothers doing? You said you talked to Wani. How Wani doing?
He doing his thing in California.
This is actually the longest it's been since I talked to him for real.
Me too.
This is the longest I've ever went without talking to Wani since
we went a couple
20 years.
A couple months ago. We were he was sending me some music that he was doing. Yeah, so he's back. I not want to say back, but he's been doing some testing around, playing around with some music, some old music that he's kind of reigniting or redoing.
That gets me excited because, for real, when Wani is a real musician's musician.
He is, and I won't say it makes me sad, but it affects me in some kind of way when he's not around. When all this music is being, I would say it's been a music boom in Toledo over the last few months.
Mm-hmm. Well, I say this too, that's really not talked about enough. We don't talk about grief enough.
Yeah.
And it's somebody who grew up who was down the street from y'all.
Yeah.
Who passed on his watch. And I just don't ever think that it's like, for me, I'll never get over Rashad, right? Yeah. Because of how he passed. The stuff that we taught him and the stuff and the way he was living.
Yeah.
Like it took RC and them a lot to say, man, we did the best we could. You know what I'm saying? We gave him, that's why I don't like talking about that. But with Deezy, you probably know, I told you this before, but remember, I was supposed to go down there with Spider, because me and Spider was like this, a week, like a month after, like a month to the day he died. Me and Spider was going to be working on her project out there. So I had talked to Adrian that day before, but just talking to Wani, I never could forget talking to Wani that day. Never. Yeah. And that's going to impact you because that's his little brother.
Yeah. And he feels like that he was supposed to take care of him.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's what he said.
Going out there. And what's crazy is
crying, boo-hooing crying.
Yeah. Well, that year was a crazy year because AD passed away and then my father passed away.
Yes.
So that whole year, I'm sure for my brother, he was like, I'm never coming back to Toledo. Because, like, why?
Why?
My brother, my little brother, who, you know, we consider AD his little brother.
For sure.
Passed away. And then my dad passed away. It was like,
what's there for me?
What's left? Even though, you know, we had each other, but still at the same time, like, the bond that him and AD had. Because, to be honest, my dad, AD, and Wani all played in the band together.
Yes.
So they were like, that musician's bond is different outside of the family bond.
Yes.
So they had that. And to lose your father and your brother
the same year
is crazy. It's crazy.
So when he came, when he was here last time, we talked. And speaking of brothers, shout out to my brother. But just when it come to like Wani, I would just always remember just that conversation between me and him. And when he came back, I remember telling my girl being excited, like, my brother Wani be in town. We about to go eat lunch. We about to go eat lunch. We gonna link up later. And when she seen him, she's like, who is this nigga in the summer with the overalls and the Chucks on? That's
that California.
I said, yeah, bro, that's that California. Like I said, that's my brother. I said, you ain't get to meet him because he been in Cali so long. I told her this story, and she was like, I said, he just always, for whatever reason, just showed me favorite, really your whole family, the whole Coleman family, because of your dad relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
It just went so deep. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm proud of Ronnie. You already know how I feel about you. So, you know, but let's whatever conversation we going. What are we talking about?
But this is the conversation. But first, I want to say this: like the time that when your father passed away, I wasn't there for you because we were not talking at the time.
Yeah, give me some tissue because I know I'm about to.
But it was tough to see you go through that from a distance because you are my brother.
Yeah.
And like I wasn't there for you. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you.
I understand it though.
But we are and will forever will be family.
Yeah, for sure.
And like
you think I let a nigga say anything bad about Jesse Coleman in my presence?
No, I know.
I can talk about him.
Right.
You can.
No, yeah. And that's how it's always been. And always, even you, between you, RC.
Well,
what's crazy?
You're war music anyway, so.
What's crazy is when the whole thing with AZ posting what he posted, it was three guys who called me. You, RC, and B Wills. And those like you guys, you are my family.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was just crazy to see the support. You know, I mean, of course, you know, we joked around on the phone or whatever, and RC, you know, of course, had talking about I'm a no talentless.
Yeah, you know, trash bag.
Right, exactly.
But it was trash bag.
It was funny though.
But it was funny.
But that's how we show love. That's how we support each other. That's how we are. That's how we are family. That's how we're brothers.
Just understand, AZ. This our brother. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. And
you got brothers, AZ. If you do or don't, how you feel about yours, how we feel about ours when it comes to that love. Just know this our brother. And it's a lot of people who feel this way about Jesse, and we feel this way about each other. Whatever your issue is, you know, I don't know you. You seem like a cool dude. But we believe, like, I know Jesse. As you just heard, we got into it too. You never heard about it on Facebook.
No.
You never heard about it on social media.
No.
It was literally, all right, well, I'll talk to you when I'm done being mad.
I see you when I see you.
That's literally what it was. It wasn't like I'm never going to talk to you again. We both had the understanding that, okay, we better take a break away from each, especially at that time, because
we were so passionate about what we wanted to do.
And not only that, for that, speaking to that, I will say, I feel like when it comes to this, I abandoned you and an aspect of it, because it wasn't just about partnership. It was about this who I know gonna be here with me and gonna make sure that stuff gonna go right, because they are visionaries. And a lot of time with me, because with just being a dad and really kind of trying to parent out of trauma. My dad not being there, we about to have that conversation too. My dad not being there, like as a traveling musician, we all have opportunities. You don't think my brother is good enough to have left and play guitar somewhere, or RC not good enough to leave and, you know, pursue music? We all are. Like, I ain't never said I was the greatest singer in the world, but when we put that pen, I put my pen up against anybody in the world when it comes to sitting in them studios, because I know what people do. I done did it already in the studios with the ones who the ones. But we all, like, me parenting from a place of trauma also made me understand, like, sometimes I want to overdo stuff, and I can't be there for everything all the time. Work 2 jobs. I can be there as a provider and then be super duper supportive, which I still am with all my kids. But I also knew that before I decided to commit to something too. So I do owe you, and I'm gonna say it on air, I owe you an apology, because it was an abandonment there. Whether you want to say it or not, it was. It just was.
Right.
It was, because we the conversations we had and the stuff that we was about to do.
Yeah.
I kind of left you high and dry. I went through some stuff, but it was like I had a house fire. Like people don't understand when all this stuff happened is when all hell broke loose in my life. When we really was like, I looked at the dates like, dang, I was doing all of this stuff, and then my house just went away. And I don't even know if you knew that big 5-bedroom house. I don't have that no more that I bought.
Yeah,
it caught on fire, and my mom got sick. I was telling you about when my mom got sick, and she kept getting sick, and my mom put pressure on her 3, but not like me when it comes to making the hard decisions. Because my mom know I'm not going to make an emotional decision for her. I'm going to make the decision that's going to keep her around, whether she like it or not, or nobody like it. That's my mama.
Yeah.
I'm going to make them hard, and she don't put that pressure on my brothers now. And I receive that pressure because I know my mom trusts me with the information.
So let me ask you this: when it comes to that, because you're not the oldest.
No, Ryan the oldest.
Right, but when it comes to that being the patriarch of the family, the leader of the family, because God has entrusted you with wisdom, talent, skill, vigor, vision. Like that's how I feel about my family. Like I'm not the oldest, but I think God has placed me in that position. Do you feel? Sometimes I feel it's unfair. Do you feel it's unfair sometimes, or do you feel like, okay, I'm gonna take the mantle and I'm gonna run with it?
Well, every day different because depending on the day, depending on the leader. Like Ryan right now, in my opinion, is the lead male right now, my brother. Because my cousin Ray is in Columbus, so he can't be as hands-on. My cousin Christopher, he's in Massachusetts, so he can't be hands-on. Right now, I'm still getting back, but Ryan has been in the last 5 to, I don't even know how long it's been now, but he's just been consistent. A matter of consistency. You look at his kids is driving, his kids is thriving. He ain't got no kids. His kids ain't having no kids out of, wedlock, nothing like that. They not outside like that. They all our kids really move the same. They not about to be out here doing a bunch of stuff. They're going to be extremely respectful. And I think because of that, like, I look to my brother. So I can't never say that when it's time for me to lead, I step up and lead. When it's time for him to lead, it's time for he steps up and lead. But just depends on where we at. If it's a time where he got to follow my lead, he going to follow it and he ain't going to say nothing. When it's time for me to follow his lead, as you see every time I get a chance to talk on a podcast, I'm following his lead. When it's time to follow RC lead, who's younger than me, I'm following his lead.
That's crazy though. But that's crazy though, like that. Like even myself, like I look to RC when with certain stuff, like because he runs a business. Like I would say I'm not a rookie to running a business, but I'm doing this full time now. Like and I took this from advice from RC, from Clyde Kennard, RC who's younger than me, Clyde Kennard who's older than me. But I took these and John Livingston, I got to give him credit, from people who I looked up to in business. And I still do. I still call RC and ask him questions about this or just to he calls me and say, I'm just calling to check on you. Like, and it's crazy because RC, who is younger than me, who I don't look at age when it comes to wisdom. I don't look at where you've been when it comes to stuff I need to know. When I need to know music, I'm coming to you.
Well, let me speak to RC because I won't get into too many details because there's a bunch of people who think that me and him just need to sit down and have a conversation. And that's very, very personal. But when it comes to anything else, everybody who know anything know how we are when it comes to specifically each other.
Yeah.
It ain't no love or hate thing. It's just love. It's just, however he feel, I necessarily don't know how he feel about me. Most people know how I feel about him. When it comes to him, he once told me something that something about RC, he'd say something small that'd be life-changing.
Yeah.
So what he told me one day is, he said, out of everybody outside of my dad, I learned the most from you. I said, how? He said, because you told me all the right stuff to do, but he showed me all the stuff I should not be doing too.
Wow.
He said, I've got the most information from you because we was together all the time, every day. He said, everything that you showed me that I needed to know, I got. He said, but I also learned from where you was effing up and what I don't need to be doing. And when I heard that advice, it kind of was life-changing because it's like, RC is a man of great timing.
Yeah.
That's his biggest skill set. He know when. If he was a GM, he would be Sam Presti for Oklahoma City Thunder.
Exactly.
You know, or Bill Belichick in his prime, because he'll get rid of a player the year, not when it's time to, the year before it's time to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He has a crazy sense of discernment.
Yeah.
And always have since we were kids. You know how many times we've been in situations where me and him would just look at each other and be like, we out, and then we on Facebook or something else, or we get a call and something didn't happen, and we at the crib, like, I don't know how me and you got out of that. You know, far as, you know, if I'm being honest, I miss him because no homo, but you got to understand, our first 3 or 4 houses was all together. And at some point before, you know, he got to a certain place, you know, we made sure each other was cool. And then because I was older and had more opportunity, it's just straight age. If it was reversed, he would have took care of me. I had to take care of him. He took care of me when he was in position. And what I think a lot of times is people will misconstrue like familiarity and don't know the danger in it and comfortability.
Yeah.
I got too comfortable in my relationship with him just because he's my brother. And I'm just being 100. I got too comfortable with some of the things that involve me and him, and comfortability is the enemy of success. We should be looking to build all the time. And for me, I think for my closest people, like I could say you, Ryan, a Tracy, like a support Kenny, my dudes from all the Backstreet, they don't want to see me stagnant. And sometimes I think I put my life on a big hold because of my kids. And I don't think that's not necessarily the way to go about it and just staying even keeled. It's about pushing for more. I got comfortable.
I did that. Especially when I got the job at Jeep, because I felt like, oh, this is it.
This is it.
Like, I don't have to do nothing else. And which was the wrong mindset. I felt like, okay, now I can take care of my kids like I want to. I can do this. I don't have to be a graphic designer. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. But that was my passion. So you put your passion aside because you felt like you were in a comfort zone. Like you were, what's the word I want to use? You were too comfortable to advance yourself, your personal life, or your needs and your goals.
Man, stuff was rooted in fear for me.
Complacent.
Jay. Yep, I was complacent, and it came from a place of fear of not trying to go and do more, because it's like, if I go and try to do this and fail,
right?
If it was just me, that's fine, but I can't fail my kids. Like
that's listen, that was my ultimate, I wouldn't say failure, but I felt like if I didn't, because other people put expectations on you when it comes to your kids, and I felt like, and I'm sure you feel the same, like my son, especially my son, like he has to have which is crazy. I had a conversation with him this week, Monday. And he told me, he was like, you know, this person tried to say that, you know, you failed because you didn't do this and you did that. But he said, when I look back at it, no, he said, when I was 8 years old, you had the house fire. I had a house fire too in 2013. 2008, I'm sorry, November 13th. December 13th, 2008. He was 7 years old. He said, when you had the house fire and you lost everything, he said, I remember this. He said, you did not give up. He said, you act like, he said, this is the first time I ever seen you cry. But after you cried, you stepped up and made everything happen for us. You got it. You got an apartment. From an apartment, you got a house, and you got the job at Jeep, and everything start falling in place back to back to back. And then you started your own business, and you didn't let anybody else's negativity or expectation of you stop you from doing what you got to do. He said that is why I wanted to be like you growing up. And that right there, that touched me so, because I didn't know he felt that way. Because I always feeling like, man, I got to do this to make my son proud. I got to do this to make my daughter proud. Now my son is living in New Mexico, did his 4 years in the Air Force, has a job managing people on a sales team. My daughter just graduated top of her class in the Army. So I'm like, I didn't fail.
No,
but everybody else's expectation of you feels like that you needed to do more when you didn't have to do. All you have to do is believe in what Shannon wanted to accomplish.
This is the thing. Being a young Christian dude, it was already tough because who I was. You know this, when I was coming up as a kid, I was one of the. It was like me, Tiffany. It's a few, like 5 of us who was like, "Oh, they are guaranteed about to be next."
Yes, they're next.
They're next, guaranteed, and end up coming to fruition and so out of our way. So when my oldest daughter was born, I didn't feel like I just disappointed people. I disappointed God.
Yep.
And then I kept doing it. Like, people don't know. I said this on the interview before, that I prayed that, God, you know what? I keep failing you, so just let me be. Horrible prayer, but horrible prayer. But as I look at them 2 girls who I had, my second daughter just graduated with a full ride scholarship. I don't have to pay nothing. And like even if we talk about family stuff, I feel slighted a lot of times because all my kids, all 7 of them are on honor roll or principals list. It's only one common denominator. They got different minds. I was married. I got 5 kids with her. All my kids on honor roll principal list with them. But my other 2 sons are also scholars as well. My 8th grader, who's going to the 9th, is the top 2 lineman going to the 9th grade right now. And I've been his coach since he played football. Wow. Period. And so
not to brag, but like you said, there's one common denominator, which is you.
And but I'll go to a family event and it's, oh, well, they do this, that, and the third. Well, thank their mom.
I know.
Why? This mom not even involved in this kid's life.
Right.
Where was the mom at when they dropped my son off and said, well, they're a boy now and you got to do this? See, people don't understand. Like, when I lost my house, I had just got it remodeled. Yeah. Remember, I just got everything remodeled. Yep. And to lose it after, people don't know this either. I had got custody of all of my boys except for one, which is my youngest son. And they said that's the best week of their life. Best week of their life. I had my pops in the house. Like, losing that, like, people don't know. Losing that. Having my mama get sick. My dad got sick. My granny got sick. My ex-wife got sick and almost died after I lost the house. Okay, then Rashad died. Then my nephew got killed. Then my favorite aunt got killed. My favorite cousin died. And my first best friend died. This is within 3 years after I lost my house. And then my dad died last year. And trying to figure out what's next. I met a great woman and married her. And even they made that difficult. Like, people around me. Like, all I be trying to do is the right stuff. And it's always something, it's negative connotation behind it. But the Bible say when I went to do good, evil was ever present. Now, it's not that I don't do nothing, because I do. I talk a lot. I'm very abrasive. I can be aggressive. I'm passionate. And you know that, don't nobody know this more than you when it come to me. Yeah. So I understand me, but I also understand being a clinician now, that a lot of this stuff was formulated because of our attitudes and beliefs in our society that we bring up. Like, even dealing with my dad, when I got done teaching the group, and then I got a FaceTime call from Tamika. Shout out to my sister, but shout out to all my sisters. But when she called me, I knew she was telling me my dad died. Wow. I knew it. Cause she FaceTimed me twice. She FaceTimed me 2 times she FaceTimed me more than once about one thing other than my dad and this music. But she FaceTimed me twice and she was on her way to doing it 3 times. And when I answered the phone, I said, Dad died, didn't he? And it's been kicking my butt because I went to Atlanta 6 times and never visited him.
Wow.
But you know, it's tough because he wasn't around. He was around. He couldn't be there being schizophrenic and also being a great musician, one of the greatest ever from Toledo. So one thing I didn't want to do is not be available for my kids.
Yeah.
And I ain't perfect, but I try to keep myself available. I got a T-shirt for Father's Day and boo-hoo like it was $1 million.
But because that's what matters, though, is the people. My kids, like, and I don't know why we feel this way.
Like, we ain't supposed to be crying on this show, but it is what it is with me when it comes to mine.
But this is just the way that we're built. Our passion is our kids, our music, and what we love to do. That's our passion. That's how we were built, and that's why we have this connection.
And help our dogs,
right?
And help the people who we love.
Yes.
Like, that's how we built.
Like, there's nothing that I would do if I don't talk to you about it, talk to RC about it. It's because
I don't even put out albums before you hear it.
Right.
I ain't put out an album again. Even the last album I put out, you heard it before I put it out.
Right. Because I entrust my that you won't judge my passion. You entrust that I won't judge you and say, Shannon. I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth, of course. But I'm not gonna tell you don't do it. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't like this. Or
right.
this might not fit this. Or what about, do you think about doing it this way?
Right. And the thing with the other studio that we were supposed to do, something that I did not like about it. You felt that I was moving forward without you. No, I X'd you out because I was Xing myself out. And that's exactly why I have the space that I have now. Because that partnership right there that I felt that I wasn't gonna be me in. I wasn't gonna be 100% me in that space. So I had to go back to my old business partner, and say, this is what I want to do. This is what we can do. And this is what, and it happened because I entrusted him more than I entrusted the other person.
Listen, for me, I think my prayer is that I don't take everything so personal, and I do. I take a lot. I was just talking to CJ.
I do too, and that's the autism in us.
For real.
Yeah,
that's what makes us the genius. Like, so when Kanye's my second favorite artist after Mike. Anybody who know me know I don't like just Kanye because of his music. It's everything. It's his thought process. Yep. It's his way that I got on Yeezys right now. It's how the genius is knowing that he ain't that fried, but you knowing the world enough to know that's what draws traffic.
Yep.
So I respect that fact in it, but I also understand, like, you can't be too, as the song says, and RC likes to say a lot, you can't be too big when Lil got you.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is great, like, taking it personal. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. You, Tracy, RC, I will even say Ryan, and a person like Sasha. This is literally my whole support system in the last 15 years. This is my circle. Mm-hmm. Everybody, like, it make me look in the mirror and say, okay, is it you or is it just what God doing? I feel like everybody done moved on, and I had to get stagnant because I got more kids than pretty much everybody other than like CJ and Tracy, but they figured out a way to make it work. Yeah. And so where I'm at now, just being a clinician and talking to people who in a prison system or coming out the prison system, I have now said to myself, I'm where I'm supposed to be at. Because yes, I love music, but I actually found something that say, you know what, if I never did music again,
really,
I can help people every single day. Man, I love being a counselor.
Wow.
Like, love it. Not because when we talk about what we talking about, This is normal for us.
Yeah.
This is our norm.
Yeah. This is a normal conversation.
This is norm for us.
Yeah.
But when you talk to people who have been in way worse situations, it make you look. Me having my job, you talking about loving a person, man. The way I love and how much I love my mom, and the stuff that she gave me and my siblings, because I know what people don't got.
Wow. Yeah.
People don't even understand. People think I be tough on my mom instead of understanding. Like, no, I don't want to be here when she gone, and I'm being honest because I understand my mom's sacrifice.
So it gives you a new perspective. Yeah.
My mom knew at some point when she had her 2 sons, their dad wasn't gonna be able to be in their life because he's schizophrenic, and I gotta protect my kids, and I gotta do what's best for them. And she did that. And then when she met my stepdad, shout out to him, and I love, like, that's my pops too. When he did what he did, she knew it was just gonna be her. And she did the best thing she did with the information that she had. And when I teach people, I say, man, my mama taught me this. All I found out is me doing scripture, and my mama said this.
Yeah.
And when I look at it like that, like my mom, and I look at people like Ryan, like, it's just people who just been in my life who has been essential. You, dude. It's just people who just matter so much. And yes, I do feel a way because I was always the nigga with the money, to be honest.
Yeah. I
always had the bread on me. And then I thought I had bread until I seen my brothers getting businesses and my sisters getting businesses. That's money. You know what I'm saying? And like, well, what you been doing? Like, I talk to Sasha, shout out to Sasha. Sasha all the times we like, everybody still want, it bother everybody that you ain't thriving. She said it bothers everybody because you done helped everybody.
Yeah.
You literally put yourself behind everybody and push other people forward since everybody has met you. So it do bother shit like, but you gotta have different methods about how you move. And why would I want a different set of friends than that?
The ones that hold you accountable.
The ones who gonna be like, oh no, we can't do this because Ryan that's him texting me, just telling me like, hey, you passionate, but your passion can come off as like an aggression that seem like you trying to hold somebody.
I mean,
and I try, but what people gotta like, where we from, that's all. Everything is based on aggression with black men.
Yeah,
and that's the conversation. Like when I come back, these are the conversations I'm having about what the studies say. Mm-hmm. When I go run my groups, I say, who all been in an abusive relationship as a man? Everybody in the room raised their hand.
Wow.
You wouldn't even expect it. Then I'd be like, raise your hand if you called the police. And one person out of 20 raised their hand. And people don't understand, like, that start from when you were a kid.
Yeah.
When you say stuff like this, which is very damaging, shut up with all that crying before I give you something to cry for. You just whooped me, so you better punish me for being hurt?
Right.
So what does that do to us as we get older? It says, I'm not allowed to be hurt. It's soft to be hurt. Mm-hmm. It's wrong for me to hurt as a man. And it's done a lot in a black society. So when I was hurting, I couldn't come to nobody. And if anger is a secondary emotion, nobody heard me when I was hurting.
But they'll
but y'all see me when I'm angry.
Yep. Wow.
And those are the conversations that need to be had. So when people say that I was angry, I used to get upset about that. That used to make me mad.
Yeah.
You calling me angry. But now I embrace it because I understand what anger is. If a baby wants milk from the titty and the baby can't get it, what the baby gonna do? It's gonna cry because it's mad because of the secondary emotion of me being hungry and frustrated.
That's deep.
So if I'm hungry and frustrated and I can cry because now I'm showing you that I'm mad, well, you didn't understand me when I was whining.
Right.
And I just wanted the milk. Now that I'm crying, you making it urgent. Yeah. So in other words, most of the time when people are angry, it comes from a sense of urgency.
What's the root cause of that anger?
Yeah. So if I'm hurt, I'm angry. If I'm frustrated, I get angry. Like, and even though it's still that first clap of that first emotion. Nobody, I don't care who you is on earth, you're not walking this earth and getting straight to anger. There's
Right.
always a primary emotion before that.
Yep.
When I pissed you off, you felt disrespected. Now I'm mad.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so until we learn how to deal with the primary emotions, we're going to always seem angry. If I feel disrespected, I'm going to get upset because I feel like I get disrespected or a lot. And then I just seem like this angry person instead of understanding, like, when y'all going to stop disrespecting me, though?
Yep. And that's why a lot of black men do walk around angry, because they have expressed before sadness, hurt, eagerness, anxiety, anxiousness.
Yeah, you going to make me go to, how much time I got? 'Cause oh, shit, I ain't got no time. I got to be back at work at 12:30. But I want to say this, because we'll air this later.
Yeah.
I can just say I was late. But I'll say it like this. When we talking about stuff like anger, the problem is a lot of black people will say it's just an excuse instead of saying, no, this is the truth.
Right.
The truth is, when I try to tell you I was hurt, you told me I was being soft. The truth is,
You're being emotional.
yeah. Like, every human on earth has feminine and masculine traits. And if you're not gay and you're a straight man, you don't want to hear anything about being feminine, because how black people put it is, if you bring anything that's feminine, you're gay.
Right. Yeah.
That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
And if you're a straight man, you don't want to be called a gay man.
Right.
Because I imagine if you're a gay man, you don't want to be called straight.
Right.
Right? So whatever you identify as, you want to stick to that identity. And so we like, well, I don't want to get called soft. I don't want to get called this. We got 3 emotions as men that we are allowed. That's anger, happiness, and sadness. But sadness is only at funerals and when people die. How many times you been hurt, skinned, and just burnt off your leg,
Can't cry.
and you can't cry?
Yep.
Right? And all of these emotions, unmanaged, are dangerous. Anybody been too happy? Let me show you the word that we came up with, unknowingly, and the phrase that we use, unknowingly, that is very dangerous. We say horny. You know, in our clique, we started saying that before a lot of the world started saying it. Like, bro, you too horny.
Yeah.
And it came from one of the homies. I won't say his name on air, but it was always how he changed how he was when the females came around and just got to doing too much. And we all got people, well, you in the circle, so when I tell you off air who it is, you're going to cry laughing. But we will say, bro, you too horny, right? But horniness is literally just happy. It's an eagerness. You said eager. When somebody is too happy, you overlook a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Think about relationships when you get that bad chick.
You so eager to have her in your life that you outlook the attitude that she got.
She's a bum. She don't work.
Right.
She don't speak
needy.
life to you.
Right.
Nothing. She just look good. Right. Because you're so happy that she look a certain way.
Yep.
And you in there dying on the inside because
you
were too eager.
Yeah,
and
and
too
you're not getting nothing out of it. You're not being fed in the relationship.
All you doing, you just happy.
Yep.
And it got dangerous. And now when you look back, it's like, damn, I done gave this person 4 years of my life, and I could have got the same type of person with all the stuff that I need too. And so now you angry.
Wow. So I know you got to go, but I want to ask
Part
you.
2?
It's going to be a part 2. So obviously, but before you go this time, I want to say, I want to ask you this question. This is a question that I adopted from somebody else, but they do this at the end of each podcast. What are three things that you're absolutely grateful for? And I say this, I ask this question because gratitude, I've learned to adopt that gratitude. And I got this from my brother, to have gratitude about everything, but you focus on 3 things every single day that you're absolutely grateful for, and that'll make your day. You can't have a bad day after that because you're thinking about 3 things all day. What am I going to be grateful for at the end of the day? So I want to ask you this. It could be today or in life.
It's every day.
What are 3 things that you're absolutely grateful for?
I'm absolutely grateful for it's all 3 of them are experiences, right? I'm absolutely grateful for my experience with God, number 1. My just being introduced to him. That didn't have to happen.
Right.
I didn't have to grow up in the family I grew up in that
Right.
introduced me to a Lord and Savior that loved us so much that he died and knowing he ain't do nothing.
Right.
So I'm grateful because I can lean to that when stuff get hard. Secondly, I'm grateful for my family. That's the one I made and the one I was born in and the one that and the woman that let me lead our family. When I say family, that ingratiates all of it because I need all of it.
Right.
I need it. I need it from my kids, their moms, my mom, her kids, my dad, his kids, my extended family, my woman and baby at home. Hey, girl. And then thirdly, I'm really grateful for my relationships.
Yeah.
Where would I be without my relationships with y'all?
Yeah.
Extended family. Everything else is fading. Like my aunt Rain taught me something when I started having kids. She says, you make sure, Shan, you're giving these kids some experiences because at the end of the day, I just did this new song. I'm going to send it to you. But that's all we got when we gone.
Yeah.
You can't take no money to the grave. Ain't no Brinks truck. Ain't no U-Hauls behind you at the gravesite. But when I'm sitting in the mode, only thing I'm going to have is these memories. And the one thing that broke my heart more than anything is that my dad died alone. Without none of his kids around him.
Yeah.
Or the people who loved him in a city and state that he not from.
Wow.
And so when I talk about being grateful for my relationships and salvaging them, if I did you wrong, I'm gonna look in the camera. If you see this, if I did you wrong, I sincerely apologize because I know me. And if you know me, you know that I'm sincere about my apology too. That, I'm gonna be wrong because I ain't perfect. But if you know how I love you, you know how I love you. Jesse ain't never got a question how I love him because he know. He called me and somebody messing with him, I'm pulling up first. And I probably ain't gonna be asking many questions. Because of the love there. So that's what I'm super grateful for my experiences with the people who I love and that love me, with my family and God. I express gratitude for that because everything I do in life is based on those three things.
Right.
Everything. I'm at a good place, and this will be my last point, where sometimes we forget to have gratitude. And when I was frustrated one day, I was in prayer, and I asked God a question. I said, "Man, everybody thriving around me, and what's up?" And as I sat there and meditated, it came to me. Well, don't you do literally everything that you want to do? You got somebody who love you. You love football, don't you, coach? And coach your son, something that your dad never got to do with you. Don't you love music? Well, you got a studio right here where you got access to it all the time. Don't you love me? You can go to church all the time. Don't you got real friends that you can call for any reason and get any? You have access to everything that you said you like. I didn't gave you. I got another word and said, "You right." All right. So again, gratitude is everything. I'm doing. And by the way, and I get to minister every day.
That's crazy.
Every single day. I'm leaving here and walking straight to minister to some guys who need it.
Wow.
Like when we come and do a part 2, hopefully sooner than later. I'm talking about next week sooner.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to talk about my experiences in dealing with people in the halfway house because maybe if I say it, people can understand it. And I'm going to try to say it in the best ways. But there's a lot of people out here who need help, who are just shunned because they're misunderstood. And that's the number one thing outside of respect. That's the number one thing. That's like the second thing that is damaging our society, which is the lack of respect, which also comes with the lack of godliness, but then misunderstanding also due to the lack of godliness. So we're going to talk about that. I want to need a good hour or two for that. So
hey, we got it. So whenever you want to do it, just let me know.
next week.
All right.
All right. Love you, bro.
Yeah,
I'm about to
love you
say,
too.